So recently I was contacted by a young man who I've known since he was in elementary school. Now he's a senior in high school. His dad gave him his old vehicle and he wanted me to get the interior clean. He said, "Chelsea, it smells like my dad. Can you get rid of the dad smell?" Not only do we have a smell on the interior, we've got impossible carpet and a ton of dirt that we need to deal with, as well as cat hair. So I'm going to share with you guys a little bit behind the scenes of what it takes to deep clean an interior that has this level of dirt. I wouldn't say it's a disaster, but it's definitely going to be challenging. So for those of you that maybe your vehicle looks like this, or maybe you're a detailer looking for some tips on how to get better interior detailing results, there's not going to be much talking, but there's going to be a lot of action. So let's go ahead and get started with the detail. Not only does Mazda paint suck, so do their carpets. We have impossible carpet, and to get this level of dirt up, we will need forced air. I've got my California Air Tools compressor ready to go, but before we blow everything out, we're going to do a quick pre-vacuum, because if I were to blow things out with this level of dirt, it would be like shrapnel and it would kill. So whenever I'm dealing with impossible carpet and this level of dirt, we vacuum first. Vacuuming alone is not going to be effective. You do need to fluff the carpet fibers at some point. Compressed air gives you the deepest level of fluffing, but a drill brush is a great kind of intermediary way to fluff the carpet fibers, lift dirt up to the surface. You just want to make sure that while you're doing this, you don't breathe much and you keep your mouth shut. Now that we've fluffed the carpets, you can see how much more dirt is on the surface and how much more of an impact we're making while we're vacuuming. Once we're done doing a quick vacuum, then we're going to come in with our compressor and our mini tornador tool, as well as a stiff brush. I use a pad detailing brush, and we're going to fluff our carpets even further. But this is where you might get a little messy. This is going to hurt. I'd love to say that I had the perfect angle to show you this, but my compressor was so strong that it actually blew my phone over. I have my PSI at about 100, 120, and with the mini tornador tool and the 10-gallon ultra quiet compressor, it does a great job at giving me consistent forced air. But using forced air isn't going to be sufficient by itself, and sometimes I actually find it's a great kind of secondary way to blow out the carpets, but this stiff brush that I'm using here actually sometimes can be more effective than forced air. I like to use a combination of these tools though, between the drill brush, the forced air, and then the stiff brush. With impossible carpet, this is kind of my trifecta to get everything clean. So we blew everything back towards this midsection, pushed our seat all the way forward, and we're gonna repeat this entire process with every section. Normally, you do end up doing this section and blowing some dirt forward, so you're just gonna have to maybe repeat this process again on the front, but it will be way easier because any dirt that you blow from the back to the front will be sitting on the top of the carpets and very easy to vacuum up. You might think that this only takes a few minutes. It can take anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes per section with carpets this bad. I actually vacuumed out this entire interior for almost 3 hours. And that's with a compressor, guys. That's with pet hair brushes, agitating, fluffing. It just sometimes takes that long. And I don't care if you're one of those keyboard warriors that wants to say you're taking too long, it should be done maybe in an hour or less. I'd love to see you manage this level of dirt in an hour. Like, seriously, film it, upload it. I'd love to see it. I would love to learn from you. But just know, when you have this level of dirt and impossible carpet, it's gonna take time. So make sure you buckle up, you charge accordingly, and you have some good shoulder therapy afterwards, because my arms were dead after doing this car. All right, so we are done vacuuming. We are now ready to extract. We have hot water in our extractor for our rinse water, in that we have a half of a scoop of Radical Rinse from Bonnet Pro, and we have hot water in our electric sprayer with Red Lava. Both of those need hot water to kind of break down the chemical. We have a lot of, we'll just call it what it is, it's butt sweat. It's body oil. It's nasty. But we're gonna go heavy with our chemical. So the fabric that's on the inserts of these seats is like a quilt pattern, and it's actually like 2 or 3 layers of fabric on top of one another. So sometimes you may not be able to get 100% of the soils out of it because one, there could just be dirt within a layer of a fabric that you can't get access to. Secondly, it could actually just be wear from just over time being sat on and kind of crushed. We're using radical rinse within our water, so that way, one, we neutralize our red lava because it is a higher pH cleaner, but also radical rinse is going to, in a way, add fresh troops to our cleaning capabilities. It also puts down some of our AFT, which is an active film technology that will help reduce resoiling for our young man in the future. Red lava is a really nice citrus scent, so hopefully by pulling out any of the body oils and food stains from our seats, we're removing the source of the odor, and we're also going to just be leaving behind a nice fresh scent on the inside of this vehicle. I know a lot of detailers for some reason are super apprehensive about using extractors, claiming that they put down too much moisture, they're going to create mold and mildew issues. Number one, we're using a quality extractor, the Aqua Provac, that is able to suck up almost as much water as it's putting down. We're going to go over it several times to pull out as much moisture as we can. We're also going to put blowers on these seats to get them dry as quickly as possible. In fact, I don't release things until they are dry, so that way I can monitor wicking, and I can also prevent any sort of musty odors or mold and mildew issues for the customer. Common sense does need to prevail, but as heavy as we're going with our solution to extract, sometimes that's what's required when you have heavy soiling like this. I actually had someone recently send me a picture of some seats, and he's like, I've tried bonnet cleaning these. I've tried even using a wet vac with no moisture, but the stains are still there. I said, you gotta extract. Sometimes that's the only way possible to get heavy soiling like this out. So if you're nervous about using an extractor, maybe you're using the wrong extractor. You're putting down too much liquid and you don't have enough lift to be able to pull out all of the moisture. Looks a lot better. Even though we did a really great job vacuuming our carpets and they don't look too bad, by extracting our impossible carpets, any remaining dust or just dirt that's in the carpets will be lifted out. And again, that's just going to help neutralize any odors that could be in our carpets. One of the reasons why I prefer to use pro-grade end cap cleaners for carpets and seats is that when you agitate with your drill brush, it's almost replicating the bonnet cleaning that you would need for end cap cleaning. So you should see your soiling and your fabric brighten. If you don't see that, then either you need to add more cleaner or you know that that's not the right cleaner that you need for that specific issue. After we drill brush, we do have a little bit of overspray, so we're going to mop everything up. And you want to make sure when you're using your drill brush that you're using the right color drill brush. Some people use yellow or red and they can be more stiff, and yes, that can give you a little bit more cleaning sometimes, but also on certain fabrics it can scorch the fabric. So just make sure you're using the appropriate drill brush. I prefer to use white. It's a little safer for most surfaces. But if you find that after one round you don't have all the dirt clean, that's where if you go in, respray with your cleaner, agitate and extract again, you can get even more cleaning results. But after extracting everything, we put our dry pod blower on the seats. Within an hour, everything was fully dried out. While some of the stains were permanent within our seats, we rinsed until we had clear water and they turned out fantastic. We cleaned all of our plastics with Superior Products Paint Perfection, did a quick cleaning on our rubber mats with Adam's Rubber Mat Cleaner. All in all, we had a great turnaround on this interior and the customer was ecstatic for his new to him vehicle. We got rid of the dad smell and now he can feel comfortable and confident driving around in his new car. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and a quick look at what it takes to transform interiors like this. We'll put the links to all the products that we used in the video description box down below. But thanks guys for watching. We'll see you in the next detail.